So we got both utilities here to talk to us today about free money. We all like free money. A little process to it. That's where we come into play. We can help you connect you to that free money. If you're doing lighting or any energy measure that saves electricity, all right? So these guys are over across the way here. They're booths. Feel free to come in and get literature, talk to them, one-on-one applications, a little more details about the incentive dollars that are currently available. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get this kicked off. A lot of folks aren't aware, but in Pennsylvania, there are 5 electric utilities. This is a color-coded map of those utilities. Each one of these guys, PPL, First Energy Pennsylvania, which is has operating companies of MedEd, Penelec, West Penn Power, and who did I forget? Penn Power. I always forget about Penn Power. Little Penn Power out in Pittsburgh area, and Pico out in Philadelphia, and then also Duquesne Light. So, as Shadler Yesko, I am the rebate specialist for our company, and I help connect contractors and users, industrial, commercial accounts to all this free money. So we help you through that process, help you through those rules that they require, and certainly can work with you as long as you buy the product from us. You got to buy the product from us. All right. So again, this is a map that we use to determine what service company that you are into, because they all have different incentive amounts. All right, from one to the other, and there are some close lines between like PPL and MedEd and things of that nature. So first up is going to be Bud Fogelman. And again, these are the locations of where everybody's at. Feel free to come over and talk to us after. So, PPL, you're up to bat.
Okay, thanks, John. Okay, PPL, Business Energy Efficiency Program. We have a few different program channels. You'll notice the 2 in the center, we're highlighting the instant discounts and the prescriptive, more specifically for lighting. Instant discounts for lighting is a program where the customer or a contractor can come into a Shadler Yesko location and purchase a lighting product and receive an instant discount, a reduction in the purchase price at the point of sale. Prescriptives for some of the larger projects that would be outside the realm of an instant discount. And in the prescriptive program, what Shadler Yesko is able to do is help you with the lighting calculations and submitting the application to the program, which at that point we would review and work with John through the process. To the far right in the light blue, for the contractors, we do offer a direct discount program. This is specific to small businesses and would allow a contractor to offer an enhanced incentive. So very much the same as working with the prescriptive program. There's a lighting calculator, the same requirements for DLC products, but the direct discount program is, again, delivered directly by the contractor to the customer, offers a higher incentive rate than the prescriptive. And then in the green, we have a custom program. Customs for anything that doesn't fit into a prescriptive calculation. So, for instance, a VFD project would be a good example of a custom project where we would take pre-metered data for the project. What's the energy use at the precondition, and then the project is completed. We come back, do data logging, and find out what the post-energy use is. We use that to determine what the efficiency is, how many kilowatt hours are saved, and we pay that based on an incentive rate. 6 cents for custom, 5 cents for prescriptive, direct discount, 10 cents, all per kilowatt hour saved. A little bit of what I just talked about, prescriptive, 5 cents, eligible measures, highlighted are lighting and lighting controls, things that you'll find right here with Shadler Yesko. And then other efficient equipment, you can see we have HVAC, food service equipment, some motors and VFDs, and some HVAC application. Note the block in the center bottom. We're going to pay incentives based on kilowatt hour saved times the incentive rate not to exceed 50% of the total project cost. Total project cost equates to the equipment plus external labor. If somebody's installing it for themselves, the total project cost will be the equipment cost, no internal labor cost. Instant discounts overview. Again, lighting is the highlight here today. We do have measures for HVAC, for food service, for agricultural, purchased through a participating distributor such as Shadler Yesto. Come in with prepared to present the PPL account number where the installation is going to take place. Some other information like that will be collected at the point of purchase. At that point in time, you pay less, and the paperwork goes back to Shadler. They submit it to us. We make them whole for the amount that it was discounted. Take a note at the bottom, anything over $3,000 of incentive does require pre-approval. So we would ask that you, bring those bigger projects in, let them be looked at. If we can pre-approve them, we can take them down that easy path with the instant discounts. If necessary, we move it into the prescriptive program. And again, John is able to help with that. Direct discount program, again, our contractor delivered. We're looking at the GS1 and GS3, the small rate codes, the small customers. Offers an enhanced incentive rate in the box on the right, your right-hand side, 10 cents a kilowatt hour saved. But note that the total project cost, instead of it being at 50%, we now go up to 80%. The idea here is that a customer is able to pay a smaller amount for the project, and we're going to pay the contractor directly. In order to help make it easier to do an efficient measure. Box at the bottom, new contractors are always welcome. There's a slight process to enroll, some paperwork and a little bit of training, but then we continue to give you support throughout the whole program as it's needed. Custom program, 6 cents a kilowatt hour saved. And again, that's for anything that we can't figure out using deemed savings calculations. Compressed air is a real big one in this, motors and VFDs. Industrial process improvements, real interesting one there because that could tie back to automation. It can tie back to VFDs. Things worth talking to us about. Don't hold back on some complex things that sound a little bit out there. You might be surprised to know that we can usually find a pathway to determine if there's energy savings, how we can provide an incentive. Our application process is all done online through an application portal. It's pretty simple. You submit on the portal. You get a pre-review. We verify all the equipment is going to be eligible. We send out an offer letter. The offer letter is going to have an estimate of energy savings, and it's going to also provide a reservation of funds for your project. After the installation is complete, you go back to our application portal, submit any final paperwork, and click on Request Payment. It'll come back to us. We'll do any final review necessary. Once engineering signs off and the review is final, and then we're going to send a check out in approximately 4 to 6 weeks. That check comes directly to the named party on the PPL bill. That's it. My name is Bud. You can catch up with us afterward directly over here where the big sign says Energy Savings. Rob, over to you.
All right. So again, thank you, Bud. On the First Energy side, it's a lot of similarities to what you just heard. We do have 2 different implementers for the First Energy program. We do have Will Dan and Franklin Energy, who I'm representing. Will Dan has some specific programs that they do, such as the building tune-up, and they have the new construction programs. Just scroll through them. They have a commercial new construction program also. As far as what Franklin Energy, our portion that we can do, there's the incentive opportunities So we got the agriculture, we got custom HVAC, we have the instant discounts. So similar to what Bud was saying, that you can just go right up, reach out to Shadler, get your stuff through there, get an instant discount. So we have them. We got solar, food service. We incentivize facility audits, ASHRAE Level 2 audit incentives, compressed air, just to name a few. Also, everything that you have done that could potentially be a rebate, we can go back 180 days. So if you already completed a project and you're not sure, come see us over at the booth and we may be able to incentivize that project for you. So again, that 180-day look back, we got new equipment. Pre-approval is not required. It is recommended to be able to have that money in place. There is a amount of funds that is put aside on these programs. So pre-approval would be the way to go on any programs that we have. As far as lighting must be DLC or Energy Star. Approved CHP projects must be pre-approved. So this is a big one that we have here. We have the new lighting optimization on the right, and we have a custom LTO. So with those, you can get up to 10 cents per kWh for the new lighting. And then if you do things like zone controls, fixture controls, as you see there on the bottom right, network controls, there's a kicker to the difference that you're saving. So on top of the 10 cents, you can see some additional savings on extra things that you do. We currently do have a solar LTO, which incentives are 10 cents per kWh on the total amount saved over the year that you take off the grid. Right here about custom projects. They include building shell, electrical and mechanical improvements that reduce energy consumption and demand, such as compressed air, process improvements. They all qualify for incentives. We're at 10 cents per kWh and $300 per kW that you can get. So during those peak months of June to the end of August, if you save between the hours of 2 and 6, you can get that $300 kW kicker. A little bit more about the solar. The solar, again, is up to 10 cents. We've had some people here talk about solar, so you can get up to 10 cents per kWh saved. It has to come from the load side. Some key things on there. Talked before about going to Shadler for the midstream program. So here we got the midstream program, lighting, HVAC, and food service. And to reach out, the contacts, we have Deanna, myself, and Sandy.